Okay, and now yet another stream. I'm starting less than 15 minutes later than I wanted to, so that's an improvement. Okay, so for tonight, I'm going to be doing a little bit of cleanup to BASIC Wrangler, and then I'm going to start adding the renumbering algorithm, which is sort of the main part of the whole program, right? Okay, so, okay, there we go. So yeah, I've, added some extra stuff to the test file I've been using, just to make sure that everything, well, pretty much to make sure that a person can format a file pretty much however they want. You know, so you can have white space like that, or have comments after labels, comments after statements, etc. Right. So it's this gigantic core there. So yeah, that's, of course, it's some of the indentations. Thought I had some more. Oh, there. That and that's spaces. So yeah. Okay. Okay, so now it's time to just do a little bit of cleanup here, I guess. Yeah, just adding an extra little thing with the dot string in the output fixing routine, or output fixing helper script, technically. Output says file name dot lbn or dot as. Okay, yeah. So, okay, so just commit that real quick. Okay, so, but yeah, yesterday I kind of was suffering from a little bit of brain fog. So I was trying to figure out essentially how I should. And I wanted to basically, I have numbering and increment, and I want those to ideally be sort of, right, I want to be able to pass those through as optionals, and I was trying to figure out how to do that. Right now, at one point I was thinking I could just, for instance, add, say, or I could add, say, numbering equals 0 and increment equals 1, for instance, to make, this would be a way to make them optional, but then I realized, but I still want to be able to only have right here, right? I want to be able to have, say, numbering and increment, and that ended up being, well, a little problematic. Essentially speaking, if I didn't have those set up, then if I didn't have these set up, it would give me an error message. But then if I would, so yeah, so I've decided just to set it up by having numbering and increment, which will be passed through. Right? Numbering increment. Okay, but I'm going to change all of these to none. Okay, just use right. Python uses dynamic typing, and so I can change. And so the type can. And so the type, like that, can be changed. Right? Okay. So that'll be none. And then up here I can just say put that there, right? Basic line numbering is none, and paste format. Then I can just, then it'll set the basic line length to a shorter length. And of course, if it doesn't pass that basic line length through, then it'll set it to a longer length. Right? And then all I have to do is just say if. That's not what I want. Okay, if numbering is none, now I can just set that there. Except I change that to increment. Right? Okay, so yes, now I can basically just pass. So if I don't want to have a setting for that, I can just have none, none, none. But if I want to change that to a particular number, I can then pass, and I will eventually be able to pass arguments through. And then, in that, say if I pass a different basic line length argument in, it will not be none. And so it'll just keep whatever that argument is, right? Basic line length, combine, current, questions, showing current, numbering, trace, so okay. Okay, so now I'll just type in, say, print basic depths, save that, right? Now I can just hit start. And now, you see, so, because I have paste format is true, basic line length is 72, and numbering 0 and increment is 1, right? Of course, if I change paste format to false, change that to 252, as it is there. Here. Let's change this basic line length to say 128. Numbering start at 5, increment 10. Start it again, and now we get basic line length equals 128. Numbering 5, increment 10. So okay, so yeah, there we go with that. But yeah, but I'm going to change these back now. Okay, now I'm just going to commit this as, say, or basic line length, line increment, and starting line number are now optional-ish. I'll just say optional-ish. Yeah, optional-ish works. Okay, so, right. Now, of course, of course, I say in my, up here in my, yes, my stream description, I say, trying to figure out logging. Yeah, I want, right. So yeah, instead of doing, say, print basic defs and stuff like that, I want to actually add some kind of proper logging to it, right? So I know there's a, yes, logging facility for Python. So, I'll just import logging to it, right? And here I can do, say, let me see, right? Okay, so yeah, I'll just do, say, right here, for instance, I'll do logging.info and say basic defs, right? Okay. Okay, that didn't print all. Oh wait, that's true. I should also. Actually, I should just discard that for now. That's true. I was also going to check to make sure this thing actually was working correctly, right? And, so yeah, it seems to be. It's 780. Yeah, it gets rid of the white space around that. But at 9, there's a colon after that, which I don't want to have there, so just check. Oh, wait. Okay, that's. I'll try flipping that. Right? Because, yeah, I think that's the thing, yeah, it's stripped out. Yeah, that was trying to strip a colon off the end, but if there was actually a space there, then it wouldn't actually properly strip that, so let's just see if this works. Okay, there we go, yes, so okay, so yes, comment stripping is now properly set up now, so, okay. Okay, so I can save that now. Okay, comment stripping should work correctly now. Okay, now I'm going to add logging, and then fill that, and say logging.info basic defs, right? Yeah, there's different levels. There's debug, info, warning, error, critical. So I'm just going to use info right now because. So just right, start, and it's still not printing out. Okay, logging.basic. Okay, so just going here, logging. Basic config level equals. Okay, logging dot info. Let's see if this works. And, okay, info, root, basic depths, and then it prints out the actual tuple there. Okay, so that's... Okay, so now I can just add... Okay. Logging.info line. Right. Logging.info line there. And then just say logging.info lines total. And say logging.info line replacement. Okay, and so there, then it basically prints out all, so that prints out all the labels. Total number of lines. 146 it says. Yeah, okay, so this, the file says 281, but it makes... Okay, yeah, well, I suppose that works, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so there we have kind of our... Oh, wait, that's... Maybe I'll also print... I'll change... Also do another quick little check here. Final font equals that. Okay, and then print, say, S. S. Then, I think this is correct right here. File name and final file name. I think this will print some actual useful output here, right? No, it doesn't. Yeah, I just want to Python print format. Print format, right? Formatted outputs. Oh, wait. Okay, I guess that's... Okay. Yeah, this is... That's right. Oh. Or no, actually, I don't need that. Okay. Well, yeah, that's... Online plus... And move that there. Plus... Okay, yeah, just messing that up, I think. Or was messing that up anyway. So, Test.bas has been saved as test-app.bas. Okay, I just wanted to do that, right? Then if I comment that out, it'll just say that. Okay. So added basic logging function. Okay, so now I can kill that and okay, so now it's time to say renumber lines. Yes, now this is going to be a fun one right here. No wait. Actually, this code change. Oh wait, that's another thing I forgot to do. Just okay. Prototypical basic. Prototypical definition. Basic definition. Okay. Block comment that, right? And modify according to the parameters of your the desired version of basic. Proto doc string. Okay, yes. Now I can do def renumber. Say def renumber file for basic. The main renumbering routine. The main renumbering routine. Yep. Yes, this is where. Okay, yes, this is where all the fun. This is where all the fun is, essentially. Okay, so let me see, right? I have to say. So the first thing, my algorithm. So I've written the algorithm up in another file, so it's all written out in text. So let's do say output file equals list. Right, I'm just gonna create an empty list there, right? Then say current line number equals okay. Let me see. Okay, I gotta toss a couple of things in here, right? Working file. Or I'll just have say input file and basic depths, right? So this will be basic defs dot basic line length. So yes, I'll set first. I'm going to set the current line number to the basic line length from the basic definitions. Right, Renumber basic file, working file, basic defs. Okay, and then I need to start right. So now the goal is to have, say, I'm gonna have sort of a kind of working a persistent buffer and a working buffer, right? I need to have kind of two different things here. So I'm gonna have persistent buffer equals, say, start new line. Right, so okay, start new line, right? So def start new line and current line number, right? I'll just right, yeah, this is a routine. This is designed to start new lines because I'll be starting new lines a lot, so say current line equals string current line number. Right, so that starts up, right? Right, so that starts a new line like that, right? Oh, and then current line length equals length current line. And now I return current line and the length of the current line. I should. Nope. Okay. Right. Okay. So that will put that starts a right. So we get our current. No wait. Oh no wait. Basic line. That's actually no. That's not what I want. Okay. Numbering. Numbering. Okay. So yes, the current line number is that with the numbering, right? Okay, so for, say, next line in enumerate input file. Yes, now this is going to be, I'm going to be doing, yeah, the indentations are going to get kind of crazy here, right? Yeah. Okay, so the first thing I need to check is to see, so first need to see if it's a label. Line starts with at. Right? It starts with at, that means that the line is a label and it needs to be treated a little specially. And this also needs to be kind of the beginning before it really starts going through everything else. So, And I'll have to say if persistent buffer, right? I'll check the persistent buffer equals, right? If that is equal to the string of the current line number, line number dictionary. Oh, that's true. It's only the line, so I'll just toss those in there as well. Okay. Oh no. Persistent line is not that. Okay, so persistent buffer is not that. Then set the. Okay, so. Yeah, okay, so yeah, this basically, if it's not. So basically, if there's. Essentially speaking, the persistent buffer is not starting. Okay, I don't know what that's. Okay. Yeah, I'm messing around with some stupid stuff here. Okay, so let's just say label dict. Line. Right, yeah. Label dict line. Equals current line number plus 1, right? Cause yeah. Okay, cause yeah. Essentially, we've got the persistent buffer is not equal to the current. If what's in the persistent buffer is not equal to essentially just the current line number, a string consistent with the current line number, then that means that there's actually something in the persistent buffer, and so, right, we basically take the label bit line, right, what the current line is, which starts with at, which is a label, which is considered a label, right? So it takes that and puts it, sets the value of that label dictionary to the current line number plus 1. Okay. So set the line number. Not set the line number dictionary key to the stripped current line value. Yeah, the value of the current. Okay, that's right. Or not plus 1. I wanted to say plus 1, but actually, probably plus basic defs dot increment. Okay, that's it. That should work. Yes, that should work. And then, I Okay, let's just say persistent buffer equals persistent buffer dot r strip basic diffs dot statement joining character, right? So yes, it will then I strip that off because reasons. And output file dot append persistent buffer. Then current line number plus basic diffs dot increment. Okay. Else set the line number key current line value equals current line number. Okay, and then I do persistent buffer equals start line number, current line number, and then continue. Okay. Problems. Oh, persistent. Oh wait. Oh, okay. Let's look at that. I'm like, what instance of tuple? Oh wait. Oh, that's right. Current line. That's true. That's why that was there. Of course, that's unused. Okay, so now I need to tokenize say tokenize line equals tokenize line. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Def tokenize line, a super naive line tokenizer. I mean super naive line tokenizer. Yeah, and this thing's going to be extremely this thing's going to be extremely simple. Okay, so say temp1 equals r. So I'm going to use regex here. re split, and this is a I'm going to be using a very basic. I'm going to be using a very basic line token. Very basic one, right? Essentially, it's like /s for space, or quote, and then all all question mark slash that, and that should tokenize things, right? And temp2 equals. This is, yeah. Say hex for x temp1 if x strip. I think that should strip anything from. Okay. Return temp2. Okay, and so that should tokenize the line. Okay. So yeah, that's essential. So that basically turns it. That whole. Yes, tokenized line is designed to basically. Why is RE? Hmm? Oh wait. Oh wait, that's line. Okay, so got that. Okay, so that. I gotta love linchers. Yeah, it's sometimes you're like, huh? Oh wait, no wonder it's not working. It's not set properly. Just want to confirm that that is actually correct. Yeah, that's correct. So yeah, this is designed to basically it basically splits it in. It takes the line and splits it into a list using spaces and quotes. It takes the line, splits it into space list consisting of spaces and quotes, and then it strips everything, and then it returns that as, and then you get the tokenized line. Okay, so now I need to crunch the line. So crunch. Okay, so then I'll say a working buffer. I'll make that crunch line. Okay. I think that would be tokenized line. And then I'll need basic definitions as well. Def crunch line. Okay, so this takes, say, 9 and basic defs. Okay, so this function moves spaces, or not, because it might remove spaces, but then again, it might not remove spaces, depending on what the kind of crunch level is. So, okay, so yeah, there we've got the crunch line. Okay, so we got our crunch line function here. Okay, so I'll just say, so crunch the, so Right, so I guess basically for crunching a line, well, essentially we're just pretty much, I'll just say, well, basic def print as question and print in line. Say print index line.index print. Okay, and then yeah, this right here essentially is designed to replace print with a question mark. Then basic defs crunch equals 1. I'll do say final line equals join line, else final line equals, and then this joins that with space to create a string. So yeah, this is basically outputting string, like a string right there. And return final line. Okay. So yeah, that basically fills our working buffer with a crunched line. But of course, I also need to essentially determine also kind of determine the line, right? So okay, this is again one of the somewhat more So yeah, this is one of the more annoying little bits of this. Maybe I'll just say working buffer length equals, say, determine line length, right? Tokenize line. Then def determine line length line. Okay. Current line length equals 0. Algorithmically determine the length of a line. So I'm using essentially kind of an algorithm on this one because, yeah, due to the way I end up replacing things, yeah, I don't want to. So for index line in index element in enumerate line, because yeah, this will run through the line. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is check to see if an element is a label. So when you have a go to or go sub, I need to do that. So okay, yeah, and this is why I came up with that whole line replacement value before. Okay, so element starts with at element starts with at current line length equals current line length plus the line replacement, right? So yeah, I mean the way that works is the way this is designed to work essentially is if there's a label, it'll replace it with however many ASCII characters essentially it would essentially, basically just passes on. So yeah, I mean, say if you have the total number of lines, right? Because yeah, when you go down to populate label data, we have this whole lines total line replacement. So for instance, if you say have 250 lines, it'll mean. So let's just say you have 250 lines. That basically means that the lines total will be above 100, but below 1,000. So you'll need 3 bytes essentially to deal with the. It'll take up 3 characters in the line. So yeah. Okay. And if the element equals print, and I guess I can toss that in there too. Okay, yeah. And this is why I have been passing. That's why I'm passing basic, right? And basic defs dot print is question. And current line length equals current line length plus equals 1, I guess. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Else current line length is the current line length plus length of the element. Okay. Oh yes, and also basic defs dot crunch is equal to 0. I'll just say 0. Actually, use space placement length line. Right, okay, that worked. Yeah, okay. That should do it there, because then I can just do if basic defs dot crunch is 0. Or maybe I can do it. Actually, maybe for index element in enumerate line current line plus 1. So actually, I guess I don't. Yeah, okay, so this latest thing right here is designed to account for the fact that when you have when the crunch value is set at 0, it's designed to have spaces, and so it has to essentially add spaces back in. And so for every element, it basically adds a space. So then return current line length. Okay, so then that is okay. Okay, so now basically it should. So at this point, we're running something through. We'll have a tokenized line. Okay, so now essentially at this point, we will have the working buffer, the length, the algorithmically determined length of the working buffer, and then the working buffer. Okay. So let's just say. Okay, so let's just say. Yeah, I just want to. Okay, so let's just say persistent buffer equals persistent buffer plus working buffer. Okay, and then okay, output file dot append. Okay, so then I can basically flush the buffer, flush the persistent buffer. Right. So we flush the persistent buffer to the output file, and then we take our current line, we increment the current line number. Okay, and then we reset the persistent buffer, and yeah, and that should, and I think that will. Okay, and then return output file. Yeah. So let's just see if this doesn't give me. Okay, it's just pointing about stupid things. Okay. Okay, so now it's time to actually see if the just minimal, and I mean the absolute minimal, basic renumbering scheme will work. Alright. Minimal necessary renumbering implemented, I hope. Oh, wait. That's true. Probably should also add some extra. Maybe I'll add some extra. That's true. Should also add some logging in here as well, right? Yeah, that's not needed yet. Okay, say logging.info persistent buffer, and then logging.info Tokenize Line, logging.info buffer length, Logging that info. Working buffer. Okay, and then say logging that info. Persistent buffer. Also do logging.info. Persistent buffer. Okay. That is logging. Okay, let's see if this works. Tuple object. Okay. So we got our basic defs, we got all that. Print. Line 152. Line 152, line 73. Tuple object. Huh? Yeah, but okay. So that's a bit of a weird bug. It's a bit of a bug there, but still. Alright, but for instance, we have say print 80 columns. Print 80 columns. Okay, I need to add some more. Oh wait, okay. No, wait, that's... Try this. Okay. Working buffer 15. Yes. Probably about right. That should be 18, right? Tuple has no attribute R strip. Okay, so line 73. Okay. Oh, wait. That's probably should be line.R strip, shouldn't it? Or maybe not. Huh? No, actually. Let me just try debugging this. Okay. What? Why is that a tuple? Yeah, it's a tuple. Why is it a tuple? Okay, that's just weird. It shouldn't be a tuple. How is the persistent buffer a tuple? Oh, wait. Oh, that's why. No, wait, that's why it's a tuple. Okay. That's why it's a tuple, because I made that. And that. Okay. Okay. Let's just see how this works. Oh, wow, there we go. Okay, yeah, there we go with a whole bunch of stuff. And in fact, now it is... Yeah, okay, so that will... Then at 9, at 3... Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, actually, that's true. Yeah, I'm not replacing that yet, am I? That's nice and long, but that doesn't matter because... Yeah, that's true. I'm not replacing any of... That's true. I'm not replacing any of these yet, so... That's true. I don't have the replacement thing in there yet. But yeah, as you can see, it goes from, say, this, and to this, sort of. Okay. I'll change that to true. Print is question to true. Oh, okay, so yeah, I go from print, say, for instance, print U1 W times 2, question mark U1 W times, and then 241 U1 W. Okay. Okay, so I think that's working right. Okay. So, so say combine false working or renumbering working. Combine false renumbering working. Okay, so next action. Oh wait. Okay. Okay. I guess I forgot that was on. So we hit say start. Right. And so you can see, for instance, you print U1 W times working over 21, and then it turns into that. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21. So yeah, it is counting those correctly. Okay, so yeah. Okay, but so yeah, so that... So it combines everything correctly. removes all the spaces and everything, so that is good. Okay, I'm gonna take a. So yeah, and I'm done with. So I guess I can just revert that. Yeah, I'm gonna take a bit of a break here, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, so obviously I'm back now. Okay, so now I've got. So this is at least working, well, somewhat anyway. Okay, so in here I think I'm going to let's just make this if basic defs. Okay, say if not basic defs dot combine. Right. Okay. So I'll just say wait a minute. If not, okay, let's trim that. Right, that should. Oh, okay, that's. Whereas if I. Okay, so that's empty. If I change that to basic defs combine, start that. And I open this. I open that back up. Okay. Alright, okay, so. Alright, so I want that to be if not basic defs dot combine. Add that back in there. Add that in there again. Okay, so now. If not. Else. Else. Okay. Okay, so this is what happens when we actually combine when we're trying to combine lines. So the first thing we need to do is say combine line. Alright, we first need to figure out the length of what a combined line will be, right? So what is the so we take I'll change that to persistent line length. I'll change that to persistent line length just because it's. Okay, yeah, I'll change that to persistent line length because otherwise it's confusing. Otherwise it's getting kind of confusing for me, right? Persistent line length plus length basic depth dash statement join character plus working buffer length. Right, I guess, yeah, we need to know the. Okay, so yes, we need to know the combined line length, right? Let's just say need new line equals check say check new line. Okay. Say Tokenize Line. So check new line. Okay, so depth check new line. Say need new line equals false. Okay, and then say, okay, so I now need to, so the goal of this okay, so the doc string for this will be, say, check to see if a new line must be added. Right? Because, yeah, sometimes we're going to need, sometimes we need new lines, sometimes we don't, right? So, yeah, if is in the line, need new line equals true, and if go to, or actually, let's copy that. Let's just copy it, right? And if go to is in the line, then we'll need a new line. And if return is in the line, then we'll need a new line. And if data is in the line, we probably should get a new line. And if rem is in the line, then we need a new line. And then we just return need new line. Okay, so that checks to see if we need a new line. If we unconditionally need a new line. So if need new line, okay, so if we need a new line, first thing we should check to see is combined line length is less than basic defs dot basic line length. Okay, if it's less than that, persistent buffer. Well, just take that, right? And the persistent buffer to the working buffer. Okay, and okay, then append that to our output file. Okay, we append that to our output file. Then we increment our line number. And then we start a new line. Okay, and then we start a new line. Okay, I think that'll work, right? Else if combined line length is greater than the maximum line length. Okay, so yeah. So now we strip the statement joining character. Actually, wait a minute. Let's try to just do this again. Alright, I can. Yeah, because eventually it's going to be. What's that problem? Strip that. Strip the statement join character from that. And flush that. Increment that. Okay, so yeah, flush, increment, start a new line. Okay, and then start a new line. Then we add the working buffer. When we make the persistent buffer, we add that to it. We add the working buffer and persistent buffer. Flush, increment, start new line. And then we flush it again, right? Yeah. The whole point essentially of this particular thing here essentially is it's long that essentially right, if you have a combined line that's less and you need a new line, it can just flush that line. But if you need a new line and then it's longer than the maximum line length, it needs to take what's already in the persistent buffer essentially and flush that. Well, we'll see how well this works. Yeah, we'll see how well this actually works. I'm pretty, even though I should work, right? Start a new line. Okay. Right. And then we go to continue. Yes, and then we continue that, right? Okay. Now we get to do this again. combined line length is less than the maximum line length. Then we take our persistent buffer, take that, plus our statement joining character. Then we add our working buffer to it. Then combined line length. Oh wait, no. Persistent line length equal to the actual is again length of the persistent buffer. Okay. Else if elif line length is longer. Then we strip our there's a lot of duplication here, but it's not really duplicated. It's all slight twists on the same thing. Output okay. Flush increment. Start new line. Flush increment start new line. Add working buffer and statement joining character. Okay, and then we have this. Plus working buffer plus the statement joining character. And continue. Well, or maybe I don't need to do continue. No, actually, I don't need to do continue there. No, I don't need to do a continue with that. Yes, it's long. This is a really, really long, annoying routine, but I don't really see any good way to make it shorter. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I think... Let's just see if this actually will work the way it is. Ooh, and in fact, it looks like it may have actually worked. Except for that. Okay. Except for that, which is way, way, way. Well, I don't know. I'll need to see how that works later when I replace those, but yeah. What in the world? Why is it adding one before? Okay, it's adding a statement joining character before. Okay, that's... Okay, I must be... Okay, so I must be... Okay. Must be adding... Must be adding that in wrong. No, actually. Let me just see that. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be adding that in at the beginning. I have to just look back up the log. Look. Okay, that's too long for that. Okay, so print you are victorious. 2020. And then all of a sudden you have your print you are victorious, and then that's suddenly somehow in there. Okay. Yeah. Must be adding that in the wrong place. Okay, so okay, so let me just see, right? So combined line length is less than the maximum line length. Yes, and it takes the persistent buffer, the working buffer. Okay, so what? Why is it putting one before? I wonder. Because yeah, because it's like print 80 columns, print 80 columns, and it's got 3. So yes, that is doing that. But it's not. It's adding that at the beginning. Okay, it's obviously adding something. Adding that at the beginning, which is weird. Let me just see. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yes. Mhm. I'm doing that wrong. Let's try it another way. Oh! Oh! Wow. Okay, that's just goofy. Adding so many. Why is it adding those in so much? Yeah, I can strip that off the end, but that doesn't matter. I can strip the colon off the end without mattering. And is that right? Hmm. Okay. So let's just see. Got luck. So that starts a new line, which makes right, because that has to start a new line regardless of that. Mm-hmm. Actually, maybe I should also do a login.info label text. Yeah, 148. What? Seriously? 4? 1, 4. Oh. Four. Else 10. Else 10. Oh, wait. Okay. Else at 10. Oh, okay. That was a weird mess up there, too. That was... Whatever. Okay. So, yeah, this is getting a... Whoa. What is... Okay, I think I must have... I know I had to have messed something up royally in here. Just horrifically. Of course, this is not the easiest of functions to follow. Tokenize line, working buffer length. Where do I use that anyway? Okay, so the length of... okay, so there's... Yeah, I think I'm definitely messing something up in from here, right? Flush to final list. Increment number. Start a new line. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's been flushed, so I can start a new line, right? And strip that. Flush it to the list. Line number. Start a new line. Persistent buff. Line buffer. Persistent buffer. Putting that in the wrong. Or no, wait. Okay, if combined. Oh. Working buffer. Okay. Working buffer. There we... What? And this is probably... Yes. Oh, my lord. What happened there? Okay, obviously something got... Obviously at some point... Okay, yeah, this is not going very well right now, and I want to go watch TV, so I think I'm going to call it a night for now. But but I should be back tomorrow night. And hopefully, I'll be able to work longer. So see you next time.